Hello everybody, welcome to my Pokemon Teams. I saw a video by MNJTV and that's why I'm doing this. Because he did this as well on his channel, so I will put an annotation at the end of the video so you can go check that out. But anyways, this is going to be talking about the teams I have used throughout the Pokemon franchise and the teams I have fell in love with over those periods of time. I just want to remind you that all of these images are owned by their respective owners, and I will be playing the Pokemon themes in the background, and this goes from the first season of the anime all the way to the X and Y series. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Recently I've been playing Generation 1 in the Pokemon Yellow game, with the 20th anniversary come out on the 3DS. So I have a Pikachu, of course. That's going to stay on my team. Pretty easy first member of the team, and the starter Pokemon. I picked up a Caterpie that I fully evolved to a Butterfree, took out Brock with. Caught a Nidoran girl, evolved it to a Nidorina, and then to a Nidoqueen, picking up a nice second member of the team very early in the game. Now I got the 3 starter Pokemon that you get throughout the game. They're all fully evolved, and then I started taking my Pokemon that weren't going to be on my team out, so I dropped the Butterfree for a Ghastly that I caught in Lavender Town. And then I evolved into a Haunter to complete that part. I got rid of Blastoise when I went to Celadon City to battle Erica, picked up a Doduo, and evolved into a Dodrio before I took her on. Then went over to Saffron City, picked up the Hitmonchan in the fighting dojo there, and took on that gym. I picked up a Krabby, eventually evolved into a Kingler, and ended up with this team, which is pretty good in my opinion. Then went on to Generation 2, which is Silver, Gold, and Crystal, and I actually have not played them. So I don't have a team for this generation for Johto until maybe Gen 4. So this is Generation 3 Fire Red, and this is my first game. This is what got me started in the Pokemon series, and I obviously picked Charmander as my first Pokemon, my first starter Pokemon, and my first Pokemon, which made me fall in love with it really fast, and it was a really cute Pokemon. I really like it, and I really like the Fire type because of it. And I think that first Charmander really got me hooked on this series, and really hooked on Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard. It's a great starter. Then we pick up Caterpie again, because, Caterpie is always there. Pick up a Pikachu as well, because who doesn't have a Pikachu? When they first start playing, evolved my Caterpie to a Butterfree. Took on Brock like that, somehow beat it, I guess, Butterfree. Highly level. I think that my Charmander was almost a Charmeleon at that point. And the rest of my Pokemon are like level 15, around there. Picked up a Nidoran boy, fully evolved it, as well as got a Charmeleon in Mount Moon. Jumped that too fast, just a little bit. Picked up a Bellsprout when I got outside of Cerulean to help take on Misty with Pikachu, but I evolved into a Weeping Bell before I got there. Then went to Vermilion City, picked up a Diglett in Diglett's Cave, and evolved into a Dugtrio before I took on Surge and defeated him, and I don't really remember what happened after here. I know I had a full team, and then I started mixing in stuff, and I don't know how I got to the end, but I know I got there somehow. So I picked up a Magikarp instead of the Nidoking because it was useless, because it only knew Mega Punch really. So I picked up a Magikarp, evolved it into a Gyarados, didn't really like it, so I picked up a Tentacruel after my Charizard evolved into a Tentacruel, and then I believe I picked up the Lapras in the Saffron, Silphco. Don't know how I didn't have a Victory Bell yet. I don't think I got a Victory Bell though. Then I traded with my friend Sean and traded away my Gyarados and a few other Pokemon for these 2 fire types, Vulpix and Ponyta. Had them for a while because I couldn't figure out how to evolve Vulpix. Then I evolved Vulpix and Rapidash because I remembered about evolution stones, and I caught the 3 legendary birds and threw them onto my team, which made me really powerful, but they didn't know really good moves, so I got rid of Articuno really fast, actually, because I needed a Surfer, so I threw Tentacruel back on there. Got rid of Zapdos in favor of Dugtrio because I wanted some coverage when I went into the championship battles, and I needed it for Blaine to help Tentacruel out. Then I picked up a Mewtwo in Cerulean Cave, and that was the rest of my team. So yeah, 4 fire types because I really like fire types in this generation, and just didn't get a Growlithe and Arcanine, which is what I probably should have done. Then I moved on to Pokemon Emerald. Picked up a Mudkip because it's cute. Got a Wingull and Seedot as well. I really like water types now at this point. Picked up a Ralts too after Wally got his. Got through the first. I don't think I made it through Petalburg Woods, and then I picked up a Taillow somewhere in there. Evolved my Mudkip into a Marshtomp after beating Roxanne. Then evolved Swellow, and picked up an Aeron in the cave in Dewford City. Evolved my Nuzleaf while in that cave battling because I used it because it was weak. And then got a Sableye as well, and got rid of that Wingull because I had 2 water types and 2 flying types, so I didn't really need the water flying type. Then my Ralts evolved into Corellia. I beat Brawley in Dewford City and went on, picked up an Electrike outside of Slateport. And I get lost here again because it's been a while since I played Gen 3 games. I don't remember because I've played this game a lot. And I've had each starter multiple times, probably like 3 minimum of each. So I don't remember exactly my team. But I never really remember which ones are which, so this is probably a mixture of my multiple teams. So I dropped my Nuzleaf somewhere and picked up the Mule. Then I got a camera up, I think. Then a Tropius and Gardevoir, and evolved my Marshtomp into a Swampert, and picked up the Cast Farm and the Weather Institute, and got an Absol. I never actually completed Emerald, so this is my team as far as I got. We went to Generation 4 Pokemon Pearl, and I started with Chimchar because I like fire types, duh. And also, Chimchar is probably a good fire type to have in this game. Picked up the Starly, a Shanks, a Badoo, and then my brother traded me his Chatot because I wanted something to help me defeat the first couple gyms, and it was the best Pokemon he could give me. It wouldn't do well against the Oreburgh gym, this is Rock type, but it was like level 30, so it didn't obey me anyway. That's why I had Badoo for, to help. Then I picked up the Cranidos with the Fossil. Evolved my Chimchar to Montferno, got a Roselia, and evolved Shinx into Luxio, and got a Staravia. Then I picked up a Shellos, and then a Buizel because I liked it because Ash had one. Then I got a Staraptor and then a Floatzel. Then I went back to the Shellos because I like the East Coast version better, and I picked it up and used it that way. Then I evolved my Luxio to a Luxray, not to a Shinx, and evolved my Montferno to an Infernape. Evolved my Shellos into a Gastrodon, and somehow I got rid of Chatot in there and picked up the Riolu egg that you get, and then evolved it into Lucario, and that was my final Pokemon Pearl team. Yeah, this Pearl team was actually pretty cool, and I really liked using it, and all of these Pokemon are really great. Alright, so this is the one I'm not really sure about, and it's my Gen 4 SoulSilver game, because I had way too many things go wrong with it. Picked up a Cyndaquil first. Actually, my first starter was Chikorita, and you'll see Chikorita sometime along the line. Then I picked up a Pidgey, a Rattata, Hoot, Bellsprout, and Bellsprout Tower right before to be battling Falkner. This was a fun battle because I had nothing good against Falkner, and really nothing is, so you have to really level up your Pokemon. Then I picked up a Mareep outside of the first gym city, switched my Bellsprout for a Hoppip, my Pidgey for a Yanma, and my Hoot for a Slowpoke once I got down to Azalea Town. Got a Skiploom to evolve because I used it a lot in that area, as well as used my Rattata a lot, so I got a Raticate. I finally evolved my Cyndaquil into Quilava, picked up a Ghastly on the other side right before you get to Goldenrod. Picked up a Ghastly, evolved my Reap into a Flaffy, picked up a Poliwag somewhere along in there, picked up the Sawoodo, and then picked up a Poliwhirl once my Poliwag evolved, switched that into a Politoad because I evolved it right away, then got a Stantler to help take on the Ghost type gym. Then picked up a Typhlosion. I'm not really sure what happened here. I know I kept Typhlosion, Flaffy, and Skiploom. The other three, I'm not sure where they switched at, so just bear with me. I got an Ampharos and a Jumpluff because I really like this Pokemon from Coliseum. I think I picked up a Heracross at one point to help somewhere, and then I got my Chikorita from my brother because I got my first Chikorita, and then I forgot about it, and then I realized he's like, "Hey, you have a Chikorita. You want it?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah." So I got a Chikorita, fully evolved that. Have another team member. Picked up the red Gyarados that you get, felt like a Rage, and then caught Lugia. And this is the team I took into Kanto. Yes, a water type and 2 grass types, and Lugia, who could be a water type, probably should be. So, moving on to Generation 5 of Pokemon White. Started with Oshawott because it's cute. Picked up a Patrat, Purloin, Pansear because I had Oshawott as my starter, so I got that to help me battle Silent. Picked up a Roggenrola afterwards and a Pidove. And switched my Patrat for a Tympole because I thought it was cute, and then I didn't realize it was a water type, and then I got rid of it for Pansage because I needed grass. Evolved my Oshawott to a Duat, got a Tranquil. I got to the desert and got rid of the Roggenrola for Sandile, as well as Purloin for a Scraggy. And then my Sandile evolved into Krokorok. Krokorok. And then I picked up a Molga after I beat Elisa because I thought it was really cute and I wanted one. Dropped the Pansear for Tympole because I was going to battle Clay. Evolved it as well as my Oshawott, my Duat to its final evolution, so I have a Samurott and a Seismitoad. Then I got an Unfezant when I got to this side of Chargestone Cave. And that's where I dropped my Seismitoad for a Litwick. Once I got to the tower, I picked one of those up because I thought it was a really cool Pokemon. Then my Scraggy evolved to a Scrafty, got a Lampent, then a Chandelure. Somewhere I dropped the Emolga for a Blitzel that I had and got it evolved to a Zebstrika, having a full team here, and then I got the Crocodile before I went to battle the Elite Four and the Champion, and then obviously I dropped Zebstrika for Zekrom for the final battle versus Nengetsus. Then I got Black 2 because I wanted a different game, so I picked Snivy up after the Pokemon Wii games came out with the Pikachu and stuff. And then I got a Purloin, Patrat, Pidove, and I got to the ranch and I dropped half my team, picked up Riolu, Mareep, and a Psyduck. Then a Magby, I think, outside in Verbank Complex. Then my Mareep evolved into a Flaffy. I picked up the Eevee that you get somewhere. The game, I forget where. A Pidove evolved to a Tranquil. And I dropped the Magby once I got to the desert for a Darmanitan, on a Darmanitan. And eventually Servine, I got a Servine after evolution. Then I dropped the Eevee for Sandile because I really didn't want to use the Eeveelutions because I liked them a lot. And I didn't want to use them. Evolved Servine into a Superior. Eventually. Dropped the Sandile because I already used it for a Drillbur I hadn't used. I got a Darmanitan. Then I had the Lucario, which I dropped eventually because I already had one. But I had a Tynamo that I dropped my Flaffy for because I already had used Flaffy before in a playthrough. Got an Unfezant again in Mistralton City. And then dropped the Lucario for the Cubchoo that you get there in the grass after just past Mistralton City. Got to the tower again and picked up Litwick because I didn't like Darmanitan. And then all my Pokemon evolved, except for the Cubchoo. So I got an Excadrill, Lampent, and an Electric. Then I dropped the Cubchoo for a Frillish, then a Jellicent that I had. Got an Electros, and that's what I had. Once I got the Chandelure going into the Pokemon League, then I got Kyurem White. I used that in Chandelure at different times. So I don't know which I used too much more, but I got the Kyurem White and I used it a little bit. That's my Black 2 team. Moving on to Generation 6, and I had Pokemon Y. Started out with Chespin, actually after I had Finnegan already, because I didn't like it. And so I restarted and chose Chespin. This is the one I remember. Before I started doing like multiple playthroughs, like the Ghost playthrough and the Fire playthrough, and I feel like I did not. And then the one after my actual like competitive like team playthrough type, I guess that's what I did. Picked up a Fletchling and a Caterpie and a Bunnelby and Panform Panseer. Evolved Caterpie to Metapod and dropped the Bunnelby for a Pikachu to help out with the flying type Pokemon, the bug type gym. Got a Butterfree to help too with a flying type. Dropped the Panseer for a Litleo to help out because I liked it better and had better fire type moves. Dropped the Butterfree for a Ralts after I beat the first gym. And once I got the, what's it called? Lumio City. I got the Charmander, because you got to pick a Kanto starter, so I picked Charmander. Duh. And then that's when I Wonder Traded my Fletchling for a Noibat that I got and picked it up, so I joined my party. Then I got a Honedge outside the mansion. Evolved my starter Pokemon to their next forms. Then I evolved Ralts to Kirlia, and picked up Emolga instead of Pikachu because I didn't really want to use Pikachu. And then I chose Eevee over Kirlia and evolved it into a Sylveon because I wanted to try it out. I don't know when I could drop Sylveon or if I actually did because I don't know where Sylveon fit on my team. But it's going to stay in for the rest of this because I don't know where else to do with it. Then evolved my Charmeleon to a Charmander, my Charmeleon to a Charizard, then picked up a Chestnut once my Quilladin evolved, dropped the Honedge for a Ghastly that evolved into a Haunter, then I traded to my brother for his Kadabra, and we traded back, so I got a Gengar. And then I got my Noivern, because my Noibat evolved after the Fairy Gym. Then I picked up Yveltal in the labs, well, under Genesage Town, and that was my final team. I had 4 flying types because this has the Sky Trainers, and I used that a lot. Again, don't know where Sylveon fits in, or if it was even on my team at the end. I don't think it was, but I don't know. We'll move on to Omega Ruby in Generation 6. We started with a Trico because I thought it was cool, and I really like Trico at this point, not Mudkip. And then I started liking Mudkip again. I picked up the classic Route 1 Pokemon, Zigzagoon, Poochyena, Wingull to help with May. Then I got Ralts after Wally got his. Evolved my Trico to Grovyle before I got to the first gym, which made the first gym a lot easier. Picked up a Tailo after I beat the first gym. Then evolved Kirlia when I got to Dewford Town. Dropped the Poochyena for a Sableye that was a lot weaker than the one I had in Emerald. Then got a Linoon. Dropped the Tailo for a Electrike because I already had a flying type, which the Wingull was. Then I got a Numel again, somewhere right before in like the Fire Path. Evolved Pelipper because that got a lot of experience through there. Then dropped the Electrike for an egg that you get in wherever Flannery's gym is. I can't remember what it is right now. But before I battled Norman, I went and picked up a Machop. That's one. I was trying to say Machoke. I picked up a Machop that evolved into a Machoke, and that's what I used to take on Norman. Defeated Norman, put the egg back in, and to cross the water I picked up a Caravana as my water type Pokemon. Evolved Grovyle into Sceptile. Threw Electrike back on for Winona. And I don't know about the other ones where they fit in. If I dropped Numel or had a different Pokemon at this point, I'm not quite sure. Maybe, I think that was still the egg spot. So I just switched Numel and Electrike probably. Then Sharpedo, I got a Sharpedo because it evolved. Then I got a Gardevoir because that evolved. And somehow I think I wanted to trade it and I got a Torchic. So I evolved it to a Blaziken and added it to my team. I'm pretty sure. I might be not remembering this right because I've done multiple playthroughs. I did a Fire Nuzlocke with it. I think, yeah, I did a Fire Chrome team. Then I picked up Groudon, of course, because you get it at the end of the game. And that was a Mega Ruby. And you might realize that my Pokemon Y team is not the one you saw earlier because I played through it multiple times, and the one I showed, the best team, was the one I actually took time to plan out and then make into a good working team. Going back through Omega Ruby, and we're going to go to Pokemon Sun. Of course I chose Rowlet as my starter because I wanted a grass type that was flying to help at the beginning of the game. Picked up the Pikipek, and Grubbin, and a Yungoos, and a Alolan Rattata, and then a Magnemite because I was trying to stay with the Alolan Pokemon, but I picked up a Magnemite just because Steel type really helps early in the game when there are a lot of normal type moves. I dropped the Yungoos and Alolan Rattata for a Crabrawler. Left one of the spots blank, which will be filled a lot throughout the game. Evolved my Rowlet into a Dartrix before I completed the first island, and picked up a Rockruff in 7th Carrot Hill. Got to Akala, picked up a Mudbray, and dropped the Pikipek, because I already had a flying type, and then I dropped Magnemite for the Eevee Egg. Evolved Grubbin into Charjabug, picked up a Slandit right before the Fire Trial, and evolved my Rockruff to a Lycanroc right before the Fire Trial to take out Kiawe and his Salazzle. Then I evolved my Dartrix to a Decidueye before the Grass Trial, took out the Grass Trial, and picked up the Simeon in the forest there. Got rid of the egg because it was the Eevee, and that spot really switches a lot because I didn't have anyone to fit in there. Actually, Charjabug does too because I dropped Charjabug for a while because it couldn't evolve until the Pony Canyon. Went back and caught a female Salandit and evolved it to a Salazzle. Then picked up a Beldum right before the Vikavolt trial and evolved it into a Metang to help me through the rest of the campaign. Got to Pony Island and evolved my Charjabug to a Vikavolt. And then picked up Solgaleo once I got to that point in the game. Didn't really like the Psychic and Steel type anymore, so I dropped it for a Fairy Killer. And I dropped it for a Dragon Killer, I meant to say, which was an Ice Fairy Alolan Vulpix that I evolved into Alolan Ninetales. And that was my Pokemon Sun team. I really didn't need to use a lot of it for the champions, except for I don't think I ever used Salazzle in a battle. I might have used it for the Delmise. But other than that, I don't think I ever used Salazzle for the championship for any of the Elite Four or championship battle. I actually defeated the champion with just my Passimian, so without using healing items or using healing moves, because Passimian doesn't really get those, or healing items, so like held items or potions or stuff. So Passimian actually was a rock and took that out pretty well. Well, that's all I have. Thank you for watching. I'm thinking I might do a showdown video real quick after this, just to do some explaining and stuff for what's going on this week. And so if you want to watch that, please go watch it after this. And if you want to see me, this was more like my casual playthrough, but if you want to see like a team that can go through casual real well, or a competitive team, I can do one of those, the best for competitive or the best for casual playthrough. I know Mystic Umbreon does a series of the best team to play casually, so if you want to look at that before you suggest me do it, I'll put the annotation in and you can watch that video. I'll also put the annotation in for the M&J TV Pokevid of this actual video that gave me the inspiration to do it. And of course, I'll put in my channel as well so you can go check out the other videos from that. Again, thank you for watching. I have to throw a shout out to my wonderful subscribers. We are almost at 10, and I've been almost at 10 for a while. So I already did a 10 subscriber video because it was premature by a long shot. But you know, it's okay. It'll be okay. We'll get 10 subscribers eventually. As you saw my goals, I have that video out where I hope to get like 50 or 100 by the end of this year. So 10 times my subscribers by the end of this year would be great. 100 subscribers would be plenty for me to have this year, and I would love to get that. So please help me with that and share this with other people. As always, like and subscribe for more content from me and to show that you appreciated this video. Again, I can do competitive or casual playthroughs of the best teams for each region if you want me to. So just let me know in the comments below. And this has been Chaos Made 006, and I'm signing off, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you next time.